Hello. I'm a little early, but we're starting the live. Makers Monday number 44. Um, I'm Laura Mester of Laura's Stamping Legacy Studio. And this is when we come together on Monday nights to talk about what's going on with Stamping Up and to work on our challenge cards. And tonight we're going to celebrate an anniversary, my 3rd anniversary. I see some people are watching. Go ahead and comment. Hi, Doris. I see that you're watching. Make sure to put a comment in so you can get another chance on winning the anniversary prize. Hi, Shirley. Good evening. Welcome in. I hope to see a lot of happy comments tonight. So if you haven't watched before, we've been doing this for a couple years. Hello, Doris. Nice to meet you. And sometimes we're showing new product. And sometimes I'm demoing. I'm going to demo our next challenge card. We run challenge cards about once a month and give away a prize. Thank you, Shirley. I can't believe I've been doing this for 3 years. I started it right after one of your crops. I bumped into someone there and got interested. So, and I've enjoyed it. It's kind of been a fun and easy a ride so far. Yes, be careful, Cindy. Don't watch and drive. Hi, Terry. Hi, Sharon. So I'm glad you're all coming in. I hope you all had a good Monday. Sure was pretty out there. I saw a crocus coming up in the front yard. So I know it's going to go back the other way in a couple days, but enjoy what you can. But yeah, and if you're new to here, watch along. We have a lot of fun. And as people are commenting and all that, I'll have to wait till after um, we get done to figure out everyone and their chances, and I'll post a video tomorrow and I'll contact the winner because we are celebrating me, yay. And one lucky person will get something too. So this is, oh, was this from 2019? Yes, which was the year I joined. So it's called Lovely Lily Pad. So not only the stamps but also the dies. So gently used. It's not new. Obviously, I used it, but that is the prize that people are earning chances for. So, but I'm glad you're here. I'm going to turn down. I will discuss a few things after. Hi, Sarah. Welcome in. I'll discuss what's coming up for Stamping Up after we do the demo, because I know everyone's excited to get a new challenge card. And the challenge card will run, it's going to be a strip card. And has anyone here done strip cards? Do you know what strip cards are? Strip cards are basically a great way to use up pieces of DSP that you may have, like if you have little extra pieces and stuff. And we all love our designer series paper and we don't want to waste even a little bit. So that's how we came up with strip cards. And there's different versions of them. I'm going to do a very simple one. I think I was watching Tim and Karen Titus, which they're demonstrators, I think down in Texas or somewhere, but they're a fun couple to watch. Oh, you've never heard of them, Terry? Okay, well, this will be fun tonight. I'm going to do a simple one by them. I don't think Rebecca watches, but you can also do different versions I've seen. One is weaving, so where you actually kind of weave the pieces of the strips. But generally, I was thinking of you, Cindy, when I was thinking of, yes, you use up your scraps. You're absolutely right, Doris. But I was thinking of Cindy because I know you're a quilter. So this particular strip card looks a bit like a quilt. Hi, Sylvia. Welcome on in. I'm going to go ahead and turn down the camera so we can get working on the demo for the strip card, which is our next challenge card. And the challenge will run till March 12th, which is our next Facebook room in the group. For those of you new watching, I also have an accompanying group where we do things that are easier to do in a group. So hopefully when you joined or started following my page, you got the invitation to join the group. So hang tight, everyone. I'll get us turned down. There we go. It's always a bit tricky. Talk amongst yourself. Let me go ahead and get my iPad going so I can keep up with the comments. I'm assuming you can all hear me. I usually check that. Get the volume down on this. Okay, there we go. All right, it looks like we might be almost lined up. Go this way a little bit more if possible. No, it's going to drive me nuts if it's crooked. Hold on, girls. Did anyone else have good weather today? I know some people, if they're a little bit west of us, may have already started getting the bad weather. Oh, I turned it the right way for once. So, strip cards. Strip cards, strip cards. No, we're not stripping for my party, girls. I'm surprised no one said that yet. Oh, good. Thank you, Doris. Yeah, occasionally I have troubles, but I do have my AirPod thing in, whatever those are. So these are a couple of versions of strip cards. And like I said, it's basically ways to use up your scraps. And these are retired papers because I don't have enough scraps from the new paper yet. But these are a few samples that I made of strip cards. And I just pulled out bits and pieces. I went to my 6x6 folders and I pulled out a couple old retired. This one's not that far retired. Butterfly Bijou, I think this one's called. This is a very old one, predates me as a demonstrator. It's called Cherry on Top, if anyone remembers that one. It's even got a bunch of the older retired colors in it, like Watermelon Wonder, Tip Top Taupe, which some people loved, is what I hear. But so these are the two I pulled out to work with. So, and one thing I like to do, I'll show it quick before we get started, is I'll usually put a piece on the back of the envelope. If we're focusing on using up our DSP that we may have, you just cut a piece and adhere it and trim off the extra. So that's what I did for my envelopes for these. Now, I will do all the measurements as a post, so you can watch for that. And I'm going to make one in front of you here. But you can use whatever cardstocks you want and do a basic A2 card base, which is 8.5 by, no, I'm sorry, 8.5 by, well, anyway, it goes down to 5.5 by 4.25. So, which is 8.5 by, yeah, there you go. If I don't write it down, numbers escape me. But the pieces you're going to need, you're going to need two. Once you get your card base, you're going to need two 5 by 3 3/4, and you're going to need one 5 1/4 by 4. One of those is your inside panel. Then the other two go on the front. So, and then you'll need some DSP strips, or if you're just trying to use up scraps, you can do your you can just use different scraps, but you're going to want strips. I did one card that was 1/2 inch strips, which is this one, just to give you an idea of what a 1/2 inch looks like. A little more glue on that one, looks like. I did one that was all 3/4, which, I think the 3/4 one is the one I'm going to make for you. It's over there, so I haven't made that one yet. Where's the 3/4 one? This is the 3/4 one, where they're all 3/4, all the same size. And then these are examples of ones that, if we're really using up your scraps, you might want to use all different size strips. 1 inch, 3/4, whatever you might have. So, and this is what I said, that they look kind of like a quilt. So let's go ahead and make one. And like I said, I will post these dimensions. And when it comes to the strips, obviously you're trying to use up your bits. So, but you need to have something at least a little more than 5 inches. So I put 6 inches on these. So, and I did 6 different strips is what I needed, what I found. So you want something to work on because you're going to be using either glue or adhesive. So you can either get your silicone mat if you have one, or if you don't have a silicone mat, you can go ahead and, if you have some of the stamp sets, inside, when you get them, they come with this plastic sheeting piece. So you could use that if you haven't gotten the silicone mat yet. But I highly recommend the silicone mat. It can be used for all kinds of things. So you want to find the piece that is the 5 by 3 3/4. So one of those goes on the inside of your card, and the other one we're going to use to put the pieces on. Just so I remember what I'm doing. And here's my strips. This is the one that's all, these are all 3/4 of an inch. And then you want an adhesive. I think I'm going to use the wet glue, which is our Tombow, because it gives you a little room to wiggle around. You just want to be careful not to use too much. If you find yourself too heavy-handed with the Tombow, you might want to switch and use your adhesive runner, whichever version you have of that. So just take a look at your strips. You're going to use all different, see which ones you want to focus on. I got little bits here even. Look at that. I already have my sentiment. A bunch of pieces. All right, there we go. So I think I like this one. You can play with your pieces and see what you want to put where. I think I'll do a couple across this way. So I like this pink one just for something different. Maybe that one. Okay. So get your glue and just a little bit. You're not going to need a whole. This one's going to be pretty much all the way down. So sometimes though, if you're working with a small piece, it may not go all the way down. And I meant to bring a baby wipe in here, but I didn't. So let's hope I don't get too gluey. Anybody else out there get gluey paws? Problem with gluey paws is then you start getting stuff on your paper. So you see how that moved? Ha ha ha. So you just keep going. Oh, I like this one like that too. Maybe I want to keep that one. Let's see what's on this one. Oh, look at this one too. I like that one. I like that color too. It's tough. That's the hardest part, right? Picking what to do with your papers. I think I'm going to do this one beside it just to get something different going on. So I hate to cover them up, but that's what we're going to do. You want to make sure you get, and then I'm not squeezing now, I'm just moving the glue around. If you can't see me because I'm off the camera. I'm so sorry, girls. Here we go. Yeah, see, there's the glue on there. I probably have a little bit much at the bottom, but just be careful with it. And put them so you want to, as you're eyeing these and putting them down, you want to put a little space in between them so you see a little bit of that color. Okay. Let's do this guy over here. Oh, that big butterfly would be nice. Okay. So I guess I imagine what this must be like to be a quilter. If you're trying to figure out where to put your pieces, or perhaps you have more of I guess you probably have much more of a plan when you're working with fabric. Anybody still out there? All right. Let's see now. Oh, I like that one too. That one's real pretty. Let's put him here. Okay. It's a lot of glue. Move that around a little bit. Sure we have enough. And just line it up. Doesn't have to be perfect. Like I said, if you use the glue, you have a little bit of wiggle room to move it. What one haven't we done where? Do like this one down here. And as you're lining it up, that's when you realize how much glue, so you can see what I'm doing here, how much glue you want to get on the piece that you're putting down. Just a little bit there. Now we're going to get to a point where we need more, right? So I'll have to start trimming. That's the other part of this. I'll put this one here. There's really no right or wrong. Just when you start to get gluey when you get moving with them. Right there. Slide it into place. That one, I got a little extra glue. I'm going to get that out of there. And wipe it on my pant leg because I forgot my baby wipe. Okay. Let's put, why do I want this one? I don't know if I want that one there. I do want this one here probably. But I'll wait. So now I need more pieces, right? I've run out. So you can do one of two things. You can use your paper trimmer or you can use your snips. To lift this off because of course there's some glue on there. Okay. And I might turn this over then because I'm worried that I'm going to stick the card to it so it'll stick to there, which is fine. But I'm going to use my snips for this, or actually my other scissors probably. I don't want to get glue on my good snips. And just line it up. Or you can use your paper trimmer. I got my little guillotine one here. But that is how you're going to get your extra little bits off there. Those are still gluey, so be careful. I think I'm going to cut this one this way. And if you're not so good at lining up and you prefer your paper cutter, then go for it. This little piece off of there. I don't think I like how that one went. I might need to trim that a little bit more. And go this way. Okay. And then this one. Can't talk and cut at the same time, I guess. Once you get all these trimmed, then you'll go back and finish up the other bits. Okay. This one. And you'll know if you're not happy with it and you need to trim a little more because you can see it. This one needs a little bit more. And then after this, I will wash off or clean off, probably with alcohol, this pair of scissors because it'll have a little bit of glue on it. So there's what we've got so far. See how when you clean it up, it becomes instantly like that quilt. So then go ahead and just keep going with this. Not that one there. How about this one here? That one works. So as long as you always have your flat end in, that's what you need to do. So I should have worked in my yard today. It was so nice. I did go outside. It was trash day though. I was just getting trash ready. But I did work in the yard earlier. Okay, there's that one. And probably this one. I don't think, yeah. Now as you get to the edges here, you'll see, I don't know if I want to use this one, if there's a littler one that I can put in there. Starting to get gluey. No, not that way. He's not big enough, is he? Nope. Try to use up your little bits, but we don't have to worry about that. This is the one I was going to put. If you get to a certain point, you won't need to put anything. Even if there's a little bit of a space there, you could probably let that go. So let's go ahead and put this right there. And make sure you have, it's a dance between enough glue and too much glue because you don't want it to lift up on you. So, okay, That one. He's a little too close. Slide a little bit to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. What's that song they all dance to? This one over here is a bit big. I might put a little piece in there. So you continue like this. I don't know, do you guys have a bunch of strips or pieces of DSP saved to do this with? Okay. I'm just going to turn it around and keep going. Not that one. What have we got left? This one or this one? This one this way. Yep. That's the ticket. Yeah, I don't see any comments at the moment, so hopefully I haven't lost you all. Okay, this one in here. What next? Not that way, just look at the direction you're going. I think I want to put this one over here, right there. I'm off the camera. I'm so sorry, ladies. I start pulling it down next to me. There you go. Hopefully you can see me gluing now. Let's put this one this way. And slide it into place. There we go. A little too much glue there. And it looks like we need to trim again, unless, what are colors we got going here? Oh, maybe not yet. I can put this one here. Starting to get sticky. It's just gonna fit. Cut that one close. See if I can get it. That one looks good. And this one over here. Almost there. It's worth it in the end. Okay. And really, this is an easy card. The trimming and cutting probably takes longer than anything else. So actually, we just have a few more little pieces. If I had a corner that was proper, I could finish one of them. I can put that little bit right in there. Okay. So try to mix your colors up once you see what you've got to work with. And I'll just have to put one more little piece over there and we'll be done with this part of it. And then the rest of it goes together quite easily. Let me show you how to do the little cutter if I can. I'll move him in. I have my little one here. This is a guillotine one that was a couple things ago. Let's see if I can make it work with this. I didn't try this, so we're I think I have to cut at least one of these off before I do that. Would work easier with the big cutter, I think. So let's try. Is that gonna work, Laura? Maybe, yeah, I can get in there. So you can just cut theoretically without cutting your card. Line it up. And even if you trim your card a little bit, as long as you're still square, I got a little bit off of there. Never reach under your guillotine like I am, right? So you could do that instead if you want to just do one big cut down the side. So that is pretty easy. I think I'll do that again. I'll have to get the glue off of here later, though. I can see I'm getting glue on my... No, you wouldn't do that on your other one. You wouldn't have glue on there. You can line it up pretty easily. Yeah. Let me cut the other ones real quick here. One here. I think it's almost as easy to eye it if you can do that. If you need to be steadier and you need to do it with a cutter, there's nothing wrong with that either. So, okay, that gets all that. I'm just going to get all these out of the way. Haha, that's good and sticky. Let me just fold that over so we don't get this sticky anywhere else on the card. It wasn't that sticky when I was doing it in person, or, not on camera, I promise. Let's get this right like that. Okay, so back to the card. You need the other piece of cardstock that this is going to layer on. It's the same color as what you put your strips onto, but you're going to adhere this so that it's framed by that. So you can use adhesive for this. You can use the glue if you want. I'm going to go ahead. Since I'm glued up, I think I'll go ahead and use my runner. And this just gets put. Now, yeah, I did add a ribbon to that one. The other one I didn't. Depending on what you're going to do with your card, line up 3 points and put that down. Okay. Now on this one, I put a ribbon on it. So when I did that, before I tacked this onto the front of the card, I put the ribbon on there. But I'm not going to do a ribbon on this one. On this one, I just had, I think I had the dots and the tag like that. So this will go right onto the front of the card then. Quick and easy. Line up your 3 points. There we go. This was the inside panel. I guess if you wanted to, you don't necessarily need an inside panel if it's a lighter cardstock. But for this dark one, of course, I needed to put a lighter panel on the inside. So quite simple. If I was going to stamp, which I didn't stamp this, it's just a note, so you can write a note. I would stamp it before I adhered it in case there was an oopsie. Now and then the stamps might have an oopsie with maybe a little ink more or less that you need. Here's your inside panel. I did the embossing on the Just a Note to make it brighter. And I was going to pop that up with a few, when I take your pick tool, my favorite tool, and some dimensionals, a few of them. I love dimensionals. I don't care what size, small, big. I like the dark dimensionals too. In fact, I could have used the black dimensionals here. I love to use them when I'm doing a silhouette card. I don't know if any of you have ever used, got my little trash can here, the silhouette card, or use the black ones for silhouettes, but they're great. And I'm just going to line this up down here. And I'm going to finish it. This is a new set of classic matte dots that they have in the catalog, the mini catalog, the January through June. And it's black, vanilla, which they don't have a lot of vanilla embellishments. And there's a gray there. I love when they have gray, basic gray. But I'm just needing the black. So with these, I just want to pick it up. And I love it because you can decide where you want to put it on your card. I'm going to stick one right here. And then these little bitty ones. Uh-oh, it's on my finger. I don't trust my finger. I'm going to put one right here. and one more right here. And that is our strip card for the challenge. So you can make whatever card you want. You can use whatever paper. You can put your sentiment wherever you want it. It's really just that you have a panel that has the strips on it. So, and then you can finish off the card however you want. So I can't wait to see what you all do. Let me go ahead and I'll clean all this later. Get the camera back up where it needs to be so that we can finish. And I can hear what you've all been saying. Oh, thank you, Doris. Let's see here. Up we come. And do that and that. All right. Oh, I love the take your pick tool. Hold on, girls. I've got to get this camera up and back a little bit. We don't want to be that close to me, do we? Okay, so what have you all been saying? I've missed out on everything. I'm so sorry. Do you have any questions on that? Oh, hi, Donna. I'm glad to see you came in. Oh, you don't have a take your pick tool. I didn't realize that, Donna. I thought you had one. A silhouette card, that's just any of the cards where you take the stamps or the dies that you've done and you have them in black so that it looks like they're being silhouetted by the sun. I'll have to get some examples and show you next time, Terry. I had one. Oh, I'm walking off camera. Talk amongst yourselves. Let me see. Where's the silhouette card? Right here. I'm back. Oh, I guess the microphone goes with me too when I have these earbuds in. Good thing my husband didn't say anything. I'm getting set up for our in-person on the 6th, and I already have my card display in place. But here's an example of a silhouette card. Thanks, Donna. Where you just have something that's dark, like it's the sunset, and this is our Birds and More die set, which this has been in the annual catalog. So, and this is one of my favorite sets because you can do so much with it. But this is, I did the blender brushes, I think, on here, or maybe this was the roller brushes, but that's an example. Oh, good. I'm glad you remember them. It's just the terminology that throws us sometimes. But I think when I did these, yes, they're raised, but they're not raised with the white dimensionals, because the white would be showing through on those. They're raised with the black dimensionals. So, and what else did I miss? Do I need to answer any other questions here? Hold on. I wasn't seeing them on my iPad. It's a fickle thing, this iPad. Thank you, Dawn, about the pretty colors. Is that a new paper cutter? That's a little old paper cutter. It was a it was something for the demonstrators, and then they sold it on the back side for the demonstrators for a while. So it's it was just a little promotional thing for people that signed on, I believe, from a couple years ago. So I don't use it that often, but I thought I would demonstrate that you could cut with that, Sharon. So what else did we ask? Oh, hi, Doris McGregor. I'm glad you were watching too. Justine, you watched. If you're still there, it's nice to see you, Justine. Oh, I'm glad that everyone was here tonight. Thank you all. Didn't that make it fun? Do they color the dimensionals or do they come in black? They come in black. They're actually black dimensionals. Are they in the back of the catalog? I'm pretty sure, because they had them one year for Halloween, and then they brought them back all the time. So let me peek in the back. Yes, they're in the back of the catalog, and they're called black stamping dimensionals. So if you see over here, there's your white ones, and then there's the two. You can't see through them. Looks opaque because those are the black ones. Right there's an example of them. So if you like to do silhouette cards or anything where you might need the black ones. Oh, we'll see you, Cindy. Yeah, watch tomorrow. If you're leaving before I finish talking, watch tomorrow, because I'll post a little video thing here on my page to announce who the winner was for the celebration. But real quick before I lose the rest of you, I'm going to catch you up on what's coming up next. February 28th, Celebration ends. So if you did not get the things you wanted from Celebration, you have a little over a week to get them. So do not delay. Some things are limited. But I think, as far as I know, all of the Celebration items that they were offering for free items are still available. I didn't see any of those go to not orderable yet. And there is something new coming out March 1st. I showed the paper from that collection called the Waves of the Ocean collection. That's March 1st. March 10th, of course, is the paper pumpkin, the Beyond the Horizon. That's our anniversary paper pumpkin. So you'll get an extra bonus stamp set in it this time. They always have something extra in that one. And it coordinates with our Horizons suite. Yes, Sharon, celebration is over before the in-person at my house. So if you want something from celebration, there is a host code right now. It's in the pin posts on both my page and the group. There's the little host code. That's the active host code right now. If any of you are wanting to get something from celebration before celebration is kaputted. So I can message you that if you shoot me a little message, I'll make sure you get it. But if you had intended to get things and haven't, you've only got till the 28th. So you got like a week and a day, right? Oh, hold on. I lost my earbud. Today's the 21st. So you've got 7 days. When am I moving over a little? So yeah, so the Beyond the Horizon was the paper pumpkin, and then we have a room on March 12th. That is when the challenge card will end. Oh, the code. Sorry, code. I'll hold it there for you. There's the code, and March 21st is going to be our next live. So, plus this code is always the link in the pin post. I usually have the code changed over in there. So, there you go. Thank you, everybody. It was great seeing everyone. If I missed your question and didn't answer, I look back afterwards and I answer anything that was asked of me. I want to thank you for making me a demonstrator for all these 3 years. I couldn't be who I am without all of you. So everybody have a great night. Thank you for everyone new that popped in tonight. It was great to have you here. I do these about once a month. We also, if you're in my group, we do a Facebook room. And because you can only do those in a group. So if you'd like to be into the group, then you could join in our room. And our room is just a casual get together, like a crop. Hi, Tanya. Where we get together and we're all just working on our own things. So feel free to join us in that. But until then, everybody, get ready for the crazy weather this week. Welcome to crazy weather 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? We've been doing this every week, every Thursday. So, and I'll see you next time. Thanks again. Bye-bye.